What's up, dudes? It's your buddy, 5-Hour Doom, and we're back with another cast. This one is from Grady's. They ran a Bring Your Partner on the right side of the screen. That is me in the pits. I'm playing with Junkin up front. And on the left side of the screen, up front, you got Treecutter, Mike Chouinard. And in the back, the man that says he invented the roller, and I'm like 90% sure he probably did, Steve Reuther. If you want to get an earful about just some whatever kind of crazy trick shots or whatever, that's a good guy to go to, because he will talk your ear off about this type of crazy trick shot or that one. Can he execute on them? Possibly not in the moment, but I assume he could at one point or another. All right, let's kick this match off. So Mike up front is kind of a weird 3-bar. He does like a front pin. I don't know why he's doing a roller here. Well, that's why. Goes 100% with it. One shot, one kill. But normally he does this like a front pin. Mike's usually playing pits for his son, Sean, in the Bring Your Partner up at Abibo. But this week he's playing with Steve. And as you can see, I'm in the pits. I'm playing in the pits this whole tournament with my buddy Jay up front. Haven't played against Steve very much, so I'm kind of interested to see what he's got going on back here. Taking his time, misexecutes pull shot, turns into a great pass. Mike goes for a roller there. I block it. You know, I've been watching my defense. I feel like I'm just a little bit tight on the middle in general. Maybe that was intentional here. I don't remember. But it looks like I'm pretty tight on the middle. Mike gets it up front again. Scores it. Sorry. I was a little distracted there. Okay, I'm back. Jay with a nice bounce pass on the far wall. Setting up that roller. Goes for a pull side. Steve blocks it. Steve's doing this weird flip around thing back there. That time Jay went push side. Looks like it was open too, but he just misexecuted it. Hit the wall. Score one on myself. Not good. I'm working on my 2-bar. So, hey, man, nobody's perfect. You can see me shaking my head. I'm not exactly thrilled about that, but what can you do? That couldn't have possibly been legal, was it? Looked like the ball was stopped. And Mike hits a little push side. Did he just flip it? Either way, they're up 4-0. And it looks like Jay takes timeout. So, I'm not doing a great job blocking Mike this match so far. And, yeah, Mike's kind of having his way with me up there. The last one was weird. It was like, did he just do like a flipper? Just kind of spun it in? And then I didn't take a close look at that pass. It definitely looked like that ball was stopped. Maybe it was spinning. It's kind of hard to tell, you know, from a replay if the ball's spinning or not. But it definitely just looked like the ball was kind of stopped and he just kind of popped it through. Some Jay goes for a far wall. Mike blocks it. Mike with a lame pass. Gets it up front. Tapping it around. That time I'm able to block it. Send him to the 2-bar, go for a little spray. Comes off to Jay on the 3. And looks like he just kind of moved to the middle and maybe just kind of flipped it, tried to go straight. Steve with a back wall shot. I'll do that sometimes in singles. I think it's actually pretty decent in singles because if you do a little back wall, you can get like a little, you can kind of get an angle on it, like a spray that's just like an interesting angle to where if they're directly in front of your man, you can kind of spray it past them. So I've definitely done that back wall shot in singles. I guess in doubles sometimes too, but definitely in singles it can be a good option in my opinion. Like a niche option. I'm not saying it's your primary shot. Go for a 2-bar. Don't hit it particularly well. I don't know what Steve is doing here. Little helicopter action. Now he's setting up on the near side, on the pull side here. Goes for a little slingshot. Oh, Mike almost grabs it on the 3, but not quite. Setting up my 2-bar again. Clear it. Back to Steve. Goes for a little short spray. Jay's able to steal it on the 5. Jay goes far wall. Misses the pass, but it comes up to his 3-bar. Yeah, my thing with Jay on the 3 is what I would like to see him do is get that ball set up more quickly. You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest thing to me that would help Jay on the 3-bar is get that ball immediately set up so in the roller position. You know what I mean? And sometimes Jay will go for a little push kick. So sometimes we'll have it on the near 3-bar guy, and he'll kind of do this or that, fake around a little bit. I think that's fine if you're going to shoot some push kicks, but realistically, I haven't seen him shoot too many push kicks. I would just like to see him very quickly get the ball to that middle man, set up a roller. And that time Jay strokes a pull side, very nice. Mike with a tricky little pass, a little bit earlier than you'd normally expect. Walking that man around. That time it looked like when Mike shot, he shot on the side where there was like more ball on that side. You know what I mean? There was more ball sticking out of the pull side of his man. And then he went to that pull side. You know what I mean? So I'm going to take a look at that in the upcoming possessions and see if that's a thing. That's like a roller tell. You know what I mean? It's like where basically like if you're rocking like really heavy, like more heavily on the pull side, if you're kind of rocking over there, leaving a lot of ball sticking out of the push side, you're more likely to go push side because you sort of have more runway to lead off on the ball. It's just like a common roller tell from back in the day. So I'm kind of curious if Mike is doing that. Only looked at that one possession, but it's possible. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. Jay sets it up, gets another one. Very nice. A little push side. Looked like it was maybe kind of an inside hole, whether intentionally or not. Steve setting up in the back. Jay grabs it. Gets that wall pass through. Oh. Little issue controlling the ball. Basically just lost the ball to Steve back there. It's a pretty bad one. But like I said before, these balls at Grady's are pretty slick. So that type of thing is more likely to happen. I say it's more likely to happen, but realistically, you got to just be more cautious. You know what I mean? You really have to take your time, be a lot more careful than normal because the balls are so slick. And I've talked about it on my singles videos. Like, I actually alter my singles strategy because of it. Like, I'm more likely to hold the goalie rod. Oh man, Jay lost another one. Is that legal? I guess it was. The ball didn't stop rolling. But basically, you kind of got planned for more slop. That time Jay went push side. It looks like it wasn't deep enough. Or it could have potentially went in. That time Jay went middle, but it was like an instant middle. I'm not a big fan of the instant middle. You know what I'm saying? Like on the roller, like when you set up the ball and you just, as soon as the ball is set up, you don't even rock. You don't take any time whatsoever. You pop a middle. Overall, I mean, unless it's possible you see something to where that's a good, it's like a read and you're like, I think it's going to be open. That's fine. If you don't, though, I think it's kind of bad because if you think about it, when you're setting up your roller, you're during that setup process. Where's the guy? He's like in front of the ball. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what they're doing. Like if you're setting up a pull shot or you're setting up a roller, while you're still in that setup process, the defender is just directly in front of the ball. So basically, if you set up your roller and just immediately go middle before you do any kind of rock, then I think it's just not the best strategy. Just because a lot of times they're going to be in front of the ball. That time Jay didn't pull side. Again, it just didn't look very deep. I think that's... Oh, and then I got a first block on that one. Mike kind of ragged it in. AKA, I did not block it. Ball bounced around. I could have done a better job blocking that one. So they win the first game. This is a 2 out of 3. You're playing for the top of the winners bracket. It's a pretty big turnout today at Grady's. This is probably the biggest turnout I've seen up at Grady's. And Grady's is interesting because they do like different tournaments, different formats each week. You know what I mean? This week was the best format of all, where they had singles and they had a bring your partner. That's like number 1, number 2 best tournament formats possible. Sometimes they'll do goalie wars. Sometimes they'll do like another type of draw, whether it be like a regular draw or a mega draw. But today was the A+ combo, singles and Bringles, if you will. Jeez, Mike goes for the hook. I tried to move out on it, but just didn't get out there far enough. It was pretty freaking slow laterally, but he did get good distance on it laterally as well. So that one is on me for not blocking that for sure. I don't like how Mike is just setting up in the middle man right there. I think that's really bad. Basically, anytime somebody's on the 5 bar and they're setting up, they got the ball on the middle man on the 5 bar and they're looking for a pass, I think that's not good. You know what I mean? You pretty much always should have it either, on the second, whether far wall or near wall, you should have it on the second man and you should be passing with the first man. With maybe some options thrown in on the second man, that's okay. But anytime you come out to that middle man, in my opinion, it's a mistake. There's almost no reason to do that. See, to me, Jay is just taking way too much time to set up here. It's too much just kind of messing around with the ball. And that time, it could just be a little bit deeper on that pull side, I think. Because I don't even think that was a bad pick. Pretty much same thing there. Oh, Steve just loses it. Just gives it directly to Jay. Oh, that time Jay hit the corner. Oh, Steve goes for the pull kick. Mike with a nice grab up front. Mike with the roller again. Looks like he's going to go pull side. He's kind of setting up on that. Yep, and he did go pull side. So there's another one of those, that same tell I'm talking about, where he's kind of leading off on the one side. I didn't see this at the time. Oh, Jay lost it again. Comes right back to his 5, though. Jay's 5 has been pretty successful. I think definitely on Jay's forward game, his 5's been pretty darn good. His 3 bar is really where the bulk of the work needs to happen. And to me, I think, 1 is just getting the ball set up quickly. So like right here there's no need, there's no need to move it back and forth like that. I mean, if you're just doing it to get it set up and that you have to do that, that's fine. Oh, lost another one. Ouch. Steve clears it. Overall, my 2 bar is not super impressive right now, unfortunately. I don't feel super confident. Pull side? Nope. Went middle that time. Another score for Mike. They're up 3-0. It's like that time he didn't go pull side, but he also didn't go deep push side. He mostly just kind of went back to the middle. And I felt like it looked like he was leading off again. Let's see if I can tell this time. Nice block from Mike there to steal it and get it back on his 3 bar. Man, goes for that short pull into the middle hole. Makes it 4-0. Oh, nice wall pass from Jay, but he drops it. Mike goes for that hook again. This time I'm on it. And not a good looking 2 bar for me, that's for sure. Did clear it. Looks like Steve went for some sort of push kick. I mean, slingshot rather. Jay stole it. Went for a slingshot of his own, but it looks like he hit the wall. I tried to spray it, hit a couple guys. Steve's got it in the back area again. More decent pull for me that time. Looked like it was fairly long. Mike goes for that kind of high second man pass. Hit it with the second man on the 5 bar. Oh, Mike blocks it and steals it. And he loses it. I think he was saying maybe he spun it. I'm not sure what he was saying. Oh, I think he was saying he spun it. So fair enough. Mike's giving it back to us on the 5 bar. But Mike gets back on the 3. Looks like he's set up on the pull side again. Yeah, it was pull side. Huh. Well, nice game from Steve and Mike. The one thing I will say, though, is it does look like maybe Mike has a tell where he kind of leads off on one side of the ball and he's going to the other hole. I've really only seen it on the pull side so far, where either is going to go pull side or he's going to go middle. So I'll have to check it out in a future cast with Mike. But either way, good match from Steve and Mike. They got it done, and they beat us down pretty handily as well. So that's it for that match. That was the top of the winners bracket. Tomorrow I'll bring you the next match in this tournament, and we will go from there. Playing to get back into the winners, playing for second or better. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next cast.